Canadians are still dealing with high food prices, and those high food prices could be with us a little longer. The country's largest grocery chain, Loblaw, reported fourth quarter earnings today, which beat on expectations. Revenue up by almost 10%, and then same-store sales rose by 8.4%. Now, chairman and president of Loblaw, Galen Weston, told analysts on the earnings conference call that his company still has more than 1,000 supplier requests for significant cost increases. Now, the latest Canadian inflation data did show that grocery store prices were up by more than 11% last month, and the CEO of all major grocery chains have been called to speak to MPs about these higher food costs, although a hearing date has not been set as of yet. A media advocate says Google's move to block news from Canadians is disrespectful. News Media Canada President Paul Deegan says Google's decision to block news to some of its users is unbecoming of the leading global company. Now, Google confirmed yesterday it's blocking less than 4% of Canadian users from viewing news content in a 5-week test run. The company calls it a potential response to the Liberal government's online news bill. Now, Bill C-18 would require digital giants like Google and Meta, which owns Facebook, to negotiate deals to compensate Canadian media companies for displaying or providing links to their news content. Friends, formerly known as Friends of Canadian Broadcasting, says the move by Google is all about greed. And former billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried is facing new criminal charges in the U.S. These fresh charges against the FTX co-founder include references to a pair of co-conspirators, which the U.S. says were involved in illegally seeking to influence the regulation of digital assets. Now, the new charges refer to two unidentified people the government says participated in the alleged campaign finance scheme. And data shows that Bankman-Fried, along with two former colleagues, gave a combined $70.5 million in the 2022 midterm elections. Now, Bankman-Fried is accused of a massive fraud, which led to last year's implosion of the cryptocurrency exchange. 8 charges were laid against him in December after FTX declared bankruptcy in November. In the City News Business Center, I'm Kris McCusker.